Why, yes. Hello. Welcome to the Mask Fan Attic. You know, whilst digging around up here looking for interesting old Halloween masks to talk about, I came across this box of old VHS tapes, helpfully labeled old VHS tapes, containing so much of mask history from the Dark Ages, by which I mean like the 80s and 90s. Yeah. And one thing I found that you may find of interest, or not, is, one of these videotaped records of some experiments performed by some of my fellow mad scientists and myself back in the day in the field of preservation of masks. Now, maybe you've heard the term cryonics. Some people say cryogenics, but really the correct term for this particular process, which is involves the freezing and chemically freezing and later revivification and thawing, the freezing preservation of living tissue and such. The term really is simply cryonics. But anyway, cryonics is something that people look into as far as their bodies getting older and breaking down and having diseases and so forth, and it is believed that maybe they could be frozen, and then when cures for the physical afflictions are found, they could be thawed out again. Now, so far nobody's had really splendid, smashing great luck with that, but old masks suffer from tissue breakdown and so forth, just like old humans. So, well, there was a time when, the institute at which I was, with which I was involved, we had some experiments going to try to freeze and preserve masks that could later be cured of their afflictions. And I thought you might like to see this old videotaped record of just that project. Just pop this in the old VCR here and take a look.
Good evening. Here at Latex Lifeline, masks that have begun to rot or show any signs of rigor or stress now have a fighting chance that in the future man may find a cure to the many diseases which afflict masks, such as smog or the rapidly diminishing ozone layer. At Latex Lifeline, we perform what we refer to as maskronics, the freezing of deteriorating masks, later to be revived and cured of their afflictions. Here we see a maskronic technician at work monitoring life signs at our special universal deep freeze chamber, where all the classics of the 60s have been placed in maskronic suspension. And now, Dr. Gudenheim will show us the exact freezing process we perform here at Latex Lifeline. First, the alien mask is wrapped very carefully in the aluminum foil for protection. Then the mask is carefully placed into the top chamber where we freeze the masks. Now he's going to activate the deep freeze mechanism. There we go, he's activating it. It only takes a matter of seconds now. Yes, and now the maskronic technician will remove the mask from the deep freeze chamber. He is carefully removing the foil, being very careful not to damage the mask. And now we observe the freezing process here. As you can see, the mask has now been deep frozen. Now he's placing it in the protective plastic bag and putting it in with the rest of the universal collection here. And that concludes our little demonstration of the maskronic suspension. Hello. Yeah. Yes, well, getting on with our tour here at Latex Lifeline. The price rates for storing masks at Latex Lifeline usually range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, depending on the mask and its disease. For example, this Dawn Post mummy mask would probably cost in the range of $6,000, whereas this larger mask, the Metaluna Mutant, would probably cost anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, possibly even higher, depending on the amount of storage space we have here at the facility.
Willkommen! Ach, spricht euch im Klassenzimmer ein Masken, nicht ein Jackanoe, was kaputt?
Dr. Guttenheim tells us that this old Dawn Post vampire was brought into our special Dawn Post office, where our highly trained Dawn Post Master General conducted a Dawn Post mortem on it.
Ja, und, spricht euch im Klassen, wie seinen Masken, wenn ich die Dein und Schlottermeier geht und Schweinhund, schön.
The diagnosis was a chronic case of Dawn Post nasal drip, a condition which required treatment Dawn Post haste, with no time left to Dawn postpone the procedure. Furthermore, the mask will need to be frozen until such time as mask science can discover a cure for its deadly affliction.
Ja, und, gespürt mit, wenn ich durch Sonnenschlot geht und Schlottermeier, ja, weil Hund das Jodo, die Flippe wird gesputzt.
Finally, Dr. Guttenheim would like to request that members of our staff please do not leave buckets of Haagen-Dazs in the mask freezing compartments, as they tend to be the same basic shape as a Frankenstein mask, and it seems one was erroneously thawed out and returned to a very upset collector in Maryland last week. Well, continuing our tour here at Latex Lifeline, this is our newest facility, the mausoleum, in which dear departed masks that have not survived our freezing process or are just too far gone, we offer this facility. Here a mask can be put to rest in a mask-sized coffin or crypt, and it costs only a mere $300 per year to store the mask here. We have different sizes of crypts, such as, for example, here we have for the normal Dawn Post line, here we have a Mr. Hyde mask that departed us in 1970. Mr. Hyde is now resting peacefully in his little crypt. And we have larger crypts such as these for the Saucer Man or Metaluna Mutant, and other large masks. We at Latex Lifeline feel that this is a necessary facility. Instead of seeing a mask thrown in a gutter or put on a parking meter or what have you, this is quite a large facility. We have over 3,000 crypts yet to fill. So if you have any questions regarding this facility or anything at Latex Lifeline, please give us a call at 666-1313. Thank you.
Okay, the video's getting a little rough there. I'm going to pull it out before it does any further damage to either the tape or your brain. But that was a little look at mask cryonics or maskronics, as I call them, back in the 80s. And well, I didn't say it would be funny. I just said it would be informative. So, hope you enjoyed that look at cryonics as it relates to maskronics. And join me up here again in the attic. Again sometime, 20 or 30 years from now. I'll probably still be up here trying to clean the place up.